Good afternoon, student. Today I am teaching accountancy, and I have seen that you have watched my previous videos relating to economics. Thank you so much for viewing me. So today's topic is company account. You have some idea about the company account, not in details. First, I am talking about what is company. So here we should know about the legal definition of the company. As per Companies Act, you see I have written 1956, a company or a institution which is registered as per the Companies Act 1956 is known as company. It can be a newly formed company or it can be a existing company. Suppose if any company has formed prior to 1956, that company can be considered as a company if it will be registered as per the Companies Act 1956. So what is clear? The clear is that each and every company, whatever the nature, should be registered under the Companies Act 1956. Now, company is an organization or it is a body corporate which has a separate legal existence from his shareholders or from his member. Means it has a separate legal entity. Suppose ABC is a limited company. Okay? And I am the director of the company. Suppose if I am at fault, then what will happen? The file will be suited against my name, not against the name of the company. Or if the company is at fault, then case will be initiated against the name of the company. Okay. A company, who are the players of the company. First one, the founder, who founded the company, who established the company, known as founder of the company, like your sir Ashutosh Mukhopadhyay, he is the founder of the school. Okay. So, like that, there is a founder of the company. The founder initially is the owner of the company. But if the founder will sell the company to other people, or then that one will be known as the owner of the company. So, owner and founder of the company may differ. Taking the example of the Reliance. Who is the founder of the Reliance? That is Dhirubhai Ambani. There will be no alteration. But ownership is transferable. It can be changed time to time. Am I clear to you? The question may come that what is the difference between the founder and the owner of the company? Okay. So, company needs founder and company should have the owner of the company. Okay. Next, in case of, I will tell the difference between the private and public company limited afterwards. First, listen first. In case of public limited company, public limited means it is a big company. Reliance is there, Tata is there. Okay, many more companies are there. They are the public limited company. I am coming to this topic afterwards. See, in case of public limited company, apart from founder, apart from owner, others members are who? Very important members are board of directors. Board of directors are the body who govern the company or who takes care of the internal matter of the company. That is board of director. Another one is shareholder. Okay. So, founder, owner, board of directors, shareholders, chairmen, so on. Okay. Now coming to the characteristics of a company, any type of company. First one, a company must be a body corporate. Okay, a person cannot be a company. Shriya Mukhopadhyay cannot be a company. Yes, so a company should be a non-living thing. So it is a body corporate. Number two, it has a separate legal identity, means it will take birth through law. Clear? It has a separate legal entity. Like your school. School has a separate legal entity. I and the school are not the similar person. I have some designated post in the school. Yes. So it has a separate legal entity. Okay. Number 3, it has a common seal. Have you seen the school stamp? Like that. It has a common seal. Seal is for what? For its identification. With the common school, it has a separate identity. How? But how can we understand when we are giving a stamp or seal? What is that? We are using it for the identification. So each and every company should have the common seal. It should have the registered office where the registration of the company has to be done. Very important point that the company and the company's member, they are totally separated from each other. Company has its own identity and its members should have their own identity. These are the basic points of any type of the company. Okay. Now the company, very important thing is this, the capital of the company. So what is happening? You can understand that the company is not at all a small organization. It is not like a sole proprietorship business. Yes, sole proprietorship business, what we have learned. It is managed by a single person and there is no difference between the owner and the enterprise. Clear? But company is not like that. It is a big organization or it is a big body corporate. So it needs funds in order to expand. So who will give the fund? Obviously the founder. He has given the fund. But for the expansion, for the running of the business, company needs more and more fund, which we know that there are two types of capital. One is the fixed capital and another one is running capital. That is the working capital of the business. In our family also, we are having some fixed expenditure and we are also having some running expenditure. So company also has this type of expenditure. One is the fixed expenditure, one is running expenditure. So in order to bear or incur this expenditure, company needs capital. Who will give the capital? The question is that. Who? When we need more fund, you think logically, if we need, we are the individual, if we need additional fund, where from we will get? Answer is external source. So the company can arrange fund either from bank or from other company, or third one, very important, by issuing of shares. Okay. So what is the share? Share is a certificate. Okay, a paper. The company is issuing this share and company is writing that company is taking money from the particular person and after some time company will pay them back. It is an obligation. So company will collect the money from the shareholder through shares. Okay? And that is known as share capital. So what is share capital? The total capital of the company is divided into many fragmented parts or small parts, and each part is known as the share capital of the company. Share capital is contributed by the shareholders. That's why it is known as share capital. Okay? Achha. So up to this you have understood what is the share capital of the company. Now I am coming to the another part, that is the type of the company. Wait a minute. As per the provision of section 85, please note it down, section 85 of Companies Act 1956, the company can be mainly divided into, the word should be noted, into two parts. One is private limited company and another one is public limited company. Okay? Private limited company and the public limited company. Remember that public limited company, it is a gigantic company, a large company, and public limited company size is much lesser than the public limited company. In India, maximum company are private limited company. Yes, Private limited company means why it is known as private limited? Because its activity is limited. Any private limited company cannot issue the share in the market. They are not allowed to issue the share among the common people. So they cannot collect the money from the public. So where from they will collect the money? From the internal sources. Then who are contributing the capital? Founder is there. Relatives are there. Generally, the private limited company are collecting the money from the relatives who are the member of the business. Okay. Suppose you have opened a private limited company with 10 people and all are members. So who will give the fund? These 10 people. Generally, they are known to you. Mostly they are the relatives. Okay, but when we are talking about the public limited company issues share, they issue share in the market and collect their fund from the common people. But the private limited company, they cannot issue the share publicly. Okay. Now, in case of private limited company and public limited company, what is the minimum and maximum number of the shareholder? In case of private limited company, the minimum number of shareholder is 2. Sorry, not 2. Very sorry. It is 2 and maximum number is right now 200. You please change in the book. It is not given. It is showing 50, but it should be 200. And in case of public limited company, at least 7 members are required to form a public limited company, but the maximum numbers is not mentioned. It is unlimited. Clear? Now, public limited company can issue the share publicly and they can transfer the share. Suppose I have purchased 1 share. If I wish, I can sell the share to others. But private limited company, they cannot issue the share privately or neither they can transfer the share. Okay. Next one, that is the name. If it is a private limited company, then the word private limited has to be used. That is ABC Private Limited. If it is a private limited. But if it is a suppose public limited company, the word private has not been used. It should be only the limited company. Okay. Now the question is that why it is called limited? What is limited? Limited means the limited liabilities. Whose limited liabilities? That is the shareholders or members limited liability. Suppose I am a shareholder of a public limited company. Okay. And I have purchased 5,000 shares, each of rupees 10 each. So what is my total liability? 5,000 into 10. 50,000. So I will take the responsibility or liability up to 50,000. If I have to forego anything, that should not go beyond the limit of 50,000. If there is a loss, then what is my maximum loss? Right now happening, many of them they have invested in the big companies. What is the condition? But whatever, they will suffer a great amount of loss, but it is limited to the amount they have invested in terms of share capital, not beyond that. Okay. Another difference between the public limited and private limited. Public limited company cannot start its business after its incorporation. They have to collect the certificate of commencement, then they can start the business. But in case of a private limited company, they can start the business after its incorporation. So, as a homework, please write down the difference between private limited company and the public limited company. Thanks for this class.